Behind the scenes, the situation with Andrew and Sarah is far from simple. It's been explosive. The fact that they were stripped of their titles was a huge shock and created a very difficult dynamic. Prince Andrew and Sarah have been together a long time, and it's clear that the royal family has had a complex relationship with her. Prince Philip, for example, reportedly was never a fan of Sarah Ferguson. He saw her as problematic for the monarchy, and tensions were obvious. Meanwhile, Sarah's story has been told and retold across multiple platforms, especially in the US, where she believes her narrative will be better understood and more lucrative. In the UK, opportunities are more limited, and she has often made decisions that haven't always reflected well on her. She has a tendency to repeatedly make similar mistakes, even into her 60s, which complicates things further. Now, here's where things really start to heat up. Andrew, now formerly Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, is reportedly furious behind the scenes. He believes that Sarah's actions are yet another mistake and wishes she would simply move on quietly. But Sarah, in her view, has nothing left to lose. She has been cut off from the family in many ways, and she's not happy about it. She recently sold her Mayfair home, reportedly at a loss, and is considering where to go next. Sarah's argument is that if she had been allowed to continue her life more closely tied to Andrew, perhaps with access to Sandringham or other royal properties, it might have been manageable. But she was unwilling to leave London, where she could maintain her social life and stay near her children. She wanted something like a grace and favor arrangement, maybe somewhere like Kensington Palace or St. James's Palace, and when that didn't materialize, it seems that's what motivated her current actions. Here's the truth. Nothing is set in stone. Sarah is hoping to leverage the situation to encourage the king to find a solution more to her liking, similar to how Angela Kelly was supported in the past. But both King Charles and Prince William appear to be taking a hands-off approach. Their sentiment seems to be, "This is your problem, Andrew. You deal with it." Andrew himself is reportedly too upset to intervene after seeing recent headlines. So, as ever, this story is developing, and it's one that will continue to evolve over time. What's clear is that Katherine continues to shine in her role, balancing public duties with family life, while the drama surrounding Andrew and Sarah shows just how complex royal life can be behind the scenes. When there are updates, you'll be the first to hear them. This is Crown Updates reporting from Kensington, London. But, as we all know, royal life rarely follows a simple, predictable path, and there are always challenges and unexpected twists behind the scenes. A recent example is how Katherine has extended a very thoughtful invitation to Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie for her annual Christmas Carol concert. It's a gesture that shows kindness, grace, and the ability to rise above tension, particularly when you consider the complex relationships and family dynamics involved. As we've discussed before, Prince Andrew's situation has cast a shadow over the family, and while many of us only see one side of the story, it's clear that there is tension behind the scenes. It's also a reminder that family matters, even in the royal context, are rarely simple or straightforward. To provide some context, the former Duke and Duchess of York, Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, have experienced a very public and difficult fallout over the years. From the loss of royal titles to various personal controversies, their journey has been turbulent and highly scrutinized. Prince Philip, for instance, was never a fan of Sarah Ferguson, often expressing disapproval and seeing her as part of the problem within the monarchy. Meanwhile, Sarah's own actions and choices over time have repeatedly drawn media attention, which has sometimes painted her in a challenging light. For example, her well-known struggles with financial matters and her tendency to seek public platforms to tell her story have caused friction and frustration behind the palace walls. Recently, Sarah Ferguson has reportedly been circulating her story more actively in the United States. She believes that the American media will offer a more lucrative and sympathetic platform for her narrative than the UK, where the opportunities are more limited and scrutiny is intense. Behind the scenes, however, her actions are reportedly causing real tension with Prince Andrew. He is said to be beyond frustrated, believing that her public confessions and continued media activity represent another huge mistake and a source of unnecessary conflict. Sarah, on the other hand, feels she has nothing to lose. She sees herself as being cut off from certain privileges and access within royal circles, particularly regarding Andrew's relocation to Norfolk, and she believes the media spotlight in the US gives her a chance to tell her side of the story. Adding to the complexity, Sarah recently sold her Mayfair property for around £4 million, reportedly at a loss, and is now considering where to go next. She reportedly hoped for some sort of local royal accommodation, perhaps near Kensington Palace or St. James's Palace, where her daughters spend a lot of time, but those plans were not approved. This has left her feeling frustrated and stranded, fueling her decision to make her story public. Essentially, Sarah sees her actions as a way to maintain relevance, assert control, and perhaps encourage the monarchy to reconsider her position, but the royal family, including King Charles and Prince William, appear to be largely letting Andrew handle the situation himself. It's clear that behind the scenes, the situation is volatile. Andrew is reportedly furious, feeling blindsided and frustrated by media portrayals and Sarah's actions, while the royal family is carefully managing the fallout, ensuring security and privacy for all involved. Prince William, for instance, has reportedly long considered Sarah a loose cannon, which only adds to the tension surrounding public appearances and interactions, such as the recent outing at Westminster Cathedral. The complexities of these relationships, combined with the scrutiny of the public eye and the legacy of past controversies, create a scenario that is constantly developing, highly sensitive, and far from resolved. Ultimately, what we're seeing is a story that continues to evolve day by day. Sarah Ferguson is determined to tell her side of the story. Prince Andrew is managing his anger and frustration while adjusting to a less public royal life, and the broader royal family, including King Charles and Prince William, are navigating these tensions with caution and strategic discretion. There is no simple solution, and as this situation unfolds, it offers an intriguing and human glimpse into the pressures, conflicts, and personal challenges that exist even within one of the world's most famous families. As always, we will continue to track the developments closely, and when more information emerges, you will be the first to know. Crown Updates, Kensington, London.